welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany for those of you who are new, so welcome. Today I will be doing a tutorial in first impressions on another palette from the Vault collection. This time it is going to be the Dark Magic palette. This is what it looks like. I'm sure you guys have seen it everywhere, so I'm not really going to hold up that long. But yeah, this is one of the other palettes I was really excited to get. And if you want to see how the palette performs while I do my eye makeup and my little mini first impressions at the end of the video, then be sure and subscribe to my channel and we will get started. Before we get started, I just kind of wanted to mention that this palette has been kind of difficult to work with. You will see as I do this eye the same, but I actually was trying to go for a completely different look and actually had to wipe it off because some of these shades were just giving me a lot of difficulty, which you can kind of see up there. Some of the shade was just like a little bit patchier, which so I kind of had like a little half cut crease moment again to like cover it up and then pack on the shimmer. But yeah, so anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I did already set this eye when I was doing this one with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I went all over it with my Morphe E22 into this shade right here called Poof, just to like even everything out before we get started. So the first like actual not setting shade I'm going to go in with is the shade Shh, which is with my Morphe M433. So I'm going to dip into Shh right there. And I'm just going to put this in my crease to begin and just kind of blend it out. I didn't really have any issues with this shade in particular, but the next shade I'm going to go in with, that's the one that was giving me issues, which by the sounds of it, I've seen other people have had issues as well. And I'm just going to make sure it's really nice and blended over here. Next, I'm going to take this fluffy Morphe brush. There's no name on it because it's part of the Copper Dreams set. And I'm going to dip into this green shade right here called Potion. This is the shade that was giving me some issues. I don't know why. I kind of wish it wouldn't because it's a really pretty pukey green color and I love wearing greens. So I was really excited for this palette because it has a lot of greens and cool tones, and I personally love wearing cool tones over warm tones. It's just my personal preference. But I feel like this side isn't going as bad. Like the other side, it was kind of grabbing like right here. Maybe when I try to put it on, it was kind of like grabbing and then it would like blend away completely, which was really weird. But once I did the like half cut crease, you couldn't really see it anymore. So as long as I just use it in that way, I think it would be okay. But like, I don't know, it's just something a little weird right there, but I don't know. I usually don't have shadow grab there. What's weird to me is I have skin where like certain shadows, I'm gonna dip back in with the Shh and Morphe M433. But anyway, certain shadows will like stick weird on parts of my eye, which I know like it happens. I know where it will do it usually and everything, and it's not doing it where it usually does. So I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me. But anyways, next I'm gonna dip in with the Morphe M411. And I'm gonna be dipping into this shade right here. It's like a really pretty forest green. It's called Inside Job. And I'm gonna focus this kind of in the outer part and then up in my crease as well. Alright. And then I'm just gonna dip back in with the fluffy Copper Dreams brush that I use and dip back into Potion. Just kind of make sure everything is nice and blended. I always like going back in with the previous color just to make sure it's all nice and blended out and there's no harsh lines, and then just everything is just seamless, at least as seamless as it can get. Next, I'm going to take my tapered Morphe brush that I always love to use. Again, from the Copper Dreams set, I'm so sorry, but just take any tapered brush that you have or anything you want to use to do work on your outer V area. But I'm going to dip into the shade Mojo right here. It's like that dark brown. From Call, as I was saying, I'm going to dip in to Mojo and just start to deepen out the outer V. Alright, and now that we have that deepened up, I'm going to go back in to inside jaw and kind of blend that out. Alright, I had some friends stop by, so now we're going to go back and finish up the eye makeup. So I'm just going to go back in with the Morphe M411 and dip back into inside jaw. And just make sure everything is blended nicely. And then I'm going to take it and also dip back into Mojo, that brown chocolatey shade. Just going to make sure it's all nice and deepened up. And then I'm going to go back in with the M433, dip back into Schutte, and blend out the edges ever so slightly. Alright, now that we touched that up, I'm going to go in and kind of do like a half cut crease moment. I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape and this other brush from Tarte. It's like one of the free little flat brushes that you usually get when you order from them. And I'm going to go ahead and carve out half of my eye. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit more so I can make sure it's all good. Alright, now that we have that down, I'm going to use my Esom W21. It's just like a really flat brush that I'm just going to use to pack on my shimmer. And the shimmer I'm going in with is this dark green right there. It's called Trickery. And I'm going to wet my brush. I'm going to wet my brush and start packing this on. One thing I noticed when I was putting this shade on is how like the edges will turn blue. And it just made me think that this shade all over the lid like this would be beautiful, blended into like busted in the crease and like have like a really beautiful like just all over dark smoky moment. I just think it'd be really stunning. Alright, and now that we have that, I'm going to take that Morphe M411 and dip back into Mojo, that chocolate brown, and pack this on the outer corner and blend in to where the Trickery ends. And then I'm going to also dip into inside jaw, just so I can add more green so we don't lose that. Alright, I'm going to go back in with the fluffy Morphe brush and dip into Potion and blend the outer portion out. Alright, now that all of that is on, I'm going to go in and line my eye using the Tarte Clay Pot Amazonia Clay Waterproof Liner in black. I'm just going to use a liner brush. Alright, and for mascara, I'm using my Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. I'm just going to pop this on before I go in with my lashes. Alright, while I wait for my mascara to dry so I can put on my lashes, I'm going to go in with a really small Morphe brush. It's like an E36. And I'm going to dip into the shade Diversion and Power Cut. It's just the other two shimmers. So this is Diversion. It's originally what I went in with on my inner corner. And then I'm going to put Power Cut over top just because it's a little bit lighter. And I think it looks a little bit better. Kind of brightens it up. But I'm just going to blend that into the green. And then have Power Cut over top. For my lashes, these are the same ones I used in the Purple Bling Boss tutorial that I just did on my channel. I went ahead and put on some glue. I like to use the Duo Lash Glue. And I'm just going to let it dry for like 30 seconds. And once I pop these on, I'm going to come back with the rest of my makeup and we'll finish up our lower lash line. Alright, so I'm going to pop these on. So Since I've worn these so many times, they just go on super easy, and I just really like the look that they give with like this smoky outer corner. Alright, so now that I have the rest of my makeup on, I'm going to go ahead and dip back into the palette, but I think I want to go in with the shade Busted down here, that pretty blue, just to kind of mix it up. And there's like a little bit of blue in the Chicory shade. So I'm going to go ahead and smoke this on my lower lash line. Alright, before I go any farther, I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs gel eyeliner in the shade Black and line my lower lash line. Alright, next I'm going to take a little flat definer brush and dip into, I think it's like a black, it's kind of dark, it kind of looks like navy in my lights, but this shade right here called Temptress. And I'm going to stamp this right over my liner. Alright, I'm going to go back in with like that Morphe E36 and dip back into Power Cut and highlight that inner corner again. Alright, I'm going to grab a little bit of MAC nylon to put over top of it because I don't like this shadow that it's giving. When it hits the light, it's really pretty, but since it has like a really dark taupey base, I'm going to go ahead and pop nylon over it. Alright, I'm going to put on some mascara. So I popped on a black lipstick. It is the Makeup Forever number 50 lipstick. I like it because it has like a cream like shininess to it, since it is just like a cream lipstick. Instead of using a matte black, I really like the like, glossy effect that it gives, but it's definitely a look that I almost feel like I'm like about to go out, when in reality I'm probably gonna sit here, eat some food, and watch Netflix all night while I edit this video. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and give you guys my final thoughts on this palette. Overall, I was actually pretty excited. This palette and the Bling Boss palette are the two that I was most excited about. I really love the dark cool tones and the green and like the pops of like blue and the shimmer and everything. I think it's really pretty. However, a couple of the shades give me a little bit of trouble like blending, and just like they wanted to stick to certain areas, or then like others they kind of blend away. And usually I didn't have that issue with the original Jaclyn Hill palette, but if you guys watched my Bling Boss tutorial, I mentioned how my palettes don't have the volume 2 on the back. None of them do. So I emailed Morphe because I was kind of confused by it. No one else that I like asked knew like what that meant, or like if that's normal or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and read you guys what Morphe said back to me. It just says, "Hello Tiffany, this is a follow-up email regarding your inquiry. Whether you bought the vault at Morphe or the individual palettes at Ulta, you can be sure you got our new production," and they have that like in capital letters. "Some of our palettes in boxes say volume 2 and others do not. This code does not mean a palette is old or new. All of the vault palettes being sold are new production, and we stand by their quality 100%. Thank you, have a beautiful day." So, I mean, I guess it's okay, but what I don't understand is if you're gonna put V2 on some of them, why wouldn't you put it on all of them? It just seems a little weird to me. No one really knows the truth, at least as of right now, besides Jaclyn, Morphe, and their team, obviously. So who knows what like has really been going on with everything. Overall, I do think it's a decent palette. I don't know how often I'm going to reach for it, just because of some of the difficulties it brought me. Like, I really like how my look came out. I really like green and like smoked out makeup. It's actually some of my favorite to wear. It's kind of more like dark and grungy, and like I'm going to go to a rock concert. But yeah. So I have 2 more palettes to try out for you guys. Next, I believe I'm going to use the Armed and Gorgeous palette, just because these 3 are the palettes that I was most excited about. And then I will obviously do one with the Ring the Alarm as well, but that one's just like another warm tone palette, so I wasn't like super excited about that one or anything. So that's kind of my first impressions on this palette. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and check out my tutorial on the Bowling Boss palette from this Vault collection. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!